So when we learn in the outdoors, we're engaging not just our brains, but also our bodies, our emotions, our spirits. There's a very kind of nuanced approach to cognition when you're learning in the outdoors, thinking a lot about how the human being is not just an isolated brain, but actually we learn through our bodies, and we learn through engaging with other people, and we learn through engaging with the environment around us. And so I think that's where some researchers are talking a lot about kind of the extended mind or embodied cognition. And I think education in formal settings, particularly in higher education, they need to wake up to the way that human beings actually think and learn. The University of Edinburgh, although there are these pockets of wonderful sort of work going into developing outdoor learning, I think the university can perhaps start to envision a way that all departments across the university can engage with outdoor learning in ways that support the sort of objectives of each department and perhaps each discipline. The university is in a position where it has quite incredible spaces around the city of Edinburgh.
Yeah, so to me, outdoor learning and nature-based learning is much more than just taking learning outside. It's thinking about the social and emotional engagement with students and educators, and how can you create a learning experience that is interdisciplinary and direct engagement with the subject matter, as well as authentic to their lives, not just one discipline that you're focused on, but how do multiple disciplines interact together to form what you're learning, what you're studying about.
What I'm picking up is that I think the need is there, the desire is there to go outside, irregardless of a program that is not necessarily designed to incorporate outdoor learning. But there's something more internal, more driven about going outside and being connected with the world. I would love if the university could offer students within their academic learning curriculum opportunities to go outside, to allow students to go outdoors and learn outdoors, for the outdoors, for the environment.
And there's a need for that.
I think there's a need for that.
Yeah,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think there's a desire for that.
I think University of Edinburgh is really focused on net zero, sustainability, and it's like, well, let's teach people about this. And how do you bring behavioral change in people to get to those sustainability marks and to that net zero strategy? Well, you inspire people and you get people to care. And how do you get people to care? Is being outside in the world. You can't start caring for something that you have no relation to. And we're being in a social paradigm where we feel like we're separate from nature, that we're separate from the world. And that is starting to change. And if we want to reach these environmental goals, and if we want to get to net zero, and if we want to be change makers and take action, we need to inspire people, and we need to bring care so people can start changing their behavior and the way they live and find more sustainable ways, and just realize that because everything is connected, everything is having an impact, but we do have a say on what impact we're gonna get. So integrating outdoor learning throughout their curriculum in different programs through the university would be a massive, massive strategy to bring those sustainable and net zero goals into place.
To me, outdoor learning would mean learning that's engaged with the place where it exists and is happening. And I think like any action, learning always does happen in a place. It's just a matter of whether it's thoughtful and critical and engaged with that place. So I feel like place is inherently interdisciplinary and touches on everything else that we do and affects everything, and in turn we affect the place where we are, where we exist. So outdoor learning and nature-based learning to me just feels like being thoughtful and active in that engagement, being aware of it, bringing attention to it, and letting that inform our learning and our teaching. I think the university's trying to do a good job of paying attention to climate impacts and to the importance, the existential importance of attending to the climate just now. And I feel like just engaging with the place where we are is the least that we can do about that. And for a lot of people, that like this place right where we are is the door, the window that opens up their awareness to the rest of the world, and how their actions can't help but make a difference. And so the beginning of them being intentional about how their actions as a student and in whatever profession, whatever field they go into, they are impacting the environment and the climate and the world on all different kinds of scales, and making sure that we're opening that window and bringing people out, I think is fundamentally important.